What's going on, guys? My name is Nick, or Olsen Auto, and in the last video we took off the forks, disassembled the forks, painted the frame and a bunch of other little bits on the CBR project bike. Now what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be taking off all of the rags and whatnot. We're going to unmask the bike and see how well I actually did. Now I already tested out my Neo armor from my sponsor Rev Auto. I put it on one of the pieces I painted. It gave it a really nice slick finish. It made it not feel like spray paint, so I'm going to do that to the whole frame. Everything seems like it came out really well, so let's get unmasking. Alright guys, I'm going to ask at the beginning of the video this time that you would please drop a like and comment and or subscription on my channel. It really helps me grow and I like to see the positive feedback. Obviously if you don't like it, but I really would appreciate it, and I figured I'd remind you guys at the beginning of the video because not everybody watches all the way through. Alright guys, so we got all of the masking stuff off. I have this stuff still on here because it's holding the bolts for the battery terminals and I don't have any more space in my organization thing. But as you guys can see, I got a pretty good coating on this bike. The frame looks so much better. It all matches. It's still super reflective. Now what I'm going to use is I'm going to use Rev Auto Neo armor, and basically this is going to apply like a thin, quick little coating to the frame, make it a bit more reflective, make it smoother, and protect it a little bit. Alright guys, so what we're looking at now that I have the whole frame Neo armored, we're looking at the header. Now I'm not going to take it off, but I am going to use Scotch-Brite, and just to give you guys a little example, once I actually clean it up, it should have a much smoother finish, get rid of all this rough pitted rust, and make it look good. Alright, so I can't really tell if I got it any better. I went at it with Scotch-Brite and then I put some alcohol on it just to wipe it clean because we ran out of brake clean. I think it's okay. The next step, I really want to drain the oil out of this bike and do the oil change, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that next or if I'm going to try to get those forks assembled next. Alright guys, so a little trick. I was looking online. Some guys said if you get CLR or Lime Away, which is just like a bathroom cleaner, you spray it on the headers or whatever exhaust pipe that's chromed, and then you get like a paintbrush, and then you just sort of paint it on and then maybe Scotch-Brite it. I would avoid Scotch-Briting it just because it's going to take away the shine. So use a paintbrush, just paint it on and then wipe the stuff off. As you guys can see, I got a pretty sweet finish. I used CLR and I just sprayed it on, Scotch-Brite it, and paintbrushed it. It took away a bunch of the buildup. So now my headers actually look pretty clean. I do plan on putting headers on this bike. I don't have the money now, but headers are something I'm going to be doing in the future. But for now, this is an awesome, quick, free fix. Alright, so last time we left off, we were doing the headers and the CBR. Now, new day. Tried to get fork oil, but they were closed. So we are going to be working on this bobber. It's my Shadow 500. I have a video on me plasti dipping it. I'm out of breath from running up the stairs. Okay, so I ordered a kit for it. So this is the kit that I picked up. It's an Underglow kit. So this is going to be pretty cool. It comes with papers that we don't care about. But, as you guys can see, they're like little stick-on strips. It comes with 8 of the strips. And then this is also Bluetooth controlled. So with my phone right here, I'll be able to change the underglow on that. Now it also comes with a remote and a key fob, which is pretty cool. But the basic idea is this is your little receiver right here. You wire it into your battery somehow. And then there are all these strips of light that I can put across the bike. Now, hopefully I don't have to use all the strips because I don't know where I'm going to fit 8 strips on that bike. But I guess we'll find out. I went ahead and I took that cover off. High vis yellow. So the battery, I undid it. We have a box of connectors, so we're going to take one of these, put it on the wire for the box, and then when we go to bolt that back on, it'll wire in nicely. Now I actually kind of dry ran all the lights, so they're sitting, well, this one fell. This one's gonna sit up in here, and then you won't see the wire, it'll be behind the cover. I have 2 in the rear up in the fender, and then on the same side, or on the other side, I have it set up the same way. Now I have to actually stick those on and then wire it up. and we should be good to go. So I got these two actually adhered to the back of the tank right up in here, so hopefully it'll shine down on the engine and look pretty cool. Running the wires down here, and then the other side, I've been wiping it down with alcohol as well, so the surface it's sticking to is clean. The other side is stuck up in there. You can't see it from the outside, but when you get up in there you can see it. And then I ran the wire through the frame in here, out the other side. I'm gonna put this whole unit in the little battery compartment right in here. So I'm gonna stick the two on the rear fender now, and then wire it up. Alright, so behind this cover right here, you can see I have the little box. I have it all wired in, and I have the lights. There we go, that's fun. So it comes with a little fob and a remote. Now it should connect via Bluetooth, but that doesn't seem to work no matter how hard I try. But we have the fob, and if I hit the button it should turn on at some point. Yeah, the fob kind of sucks, I'm gonna be honest, but it does light up and it does work. Now I'm gonna go in the garage, close the door, and see how this looks. So what we have here, I can't show the other side because of my address. We have some foot pegs, and I just went over and re-scotch braided all of these little foot brackets again. They're looking super clean. So we're gonna throw these nice CNC aluminum foot pegs on the foot peg brackets. Let's get to it. So the garage is an absolute disaster right now because we had to take out the generator from its little storage spot because we lost power last night. So this bike's in the way and everything's in the way. I checked out the condition of this front tire. Since I had the fork oil leaking all over it, the tire is super deteriorated and it's got a bunch of cracks, and I'm not going to take the chance of having an oil spot on my tire. So getting a new front tire. I don't need a new rear tire, but it would be super baller to have two brand new matching tires. So what I'm gonna do right now, because again I don't need to replace this, I might not, but I am gonna take it off to paint the swing arm and to do the rear wheel bearings. So I'm gonna put the shifting bracket on real quick. I'm just gonna shift it into neutral. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off this, slide the wheel forward, take the chain off the sprocket, and then pull the wheel back out, removing the wheel, and then maybe I'll throw some paint on it today. Oh yeah, and I also got this little bracket done right here with the foot pegs, the nice new anodized aluminum CNC foot pegs. So these are gonna sit like that, looking really clean against the black frame. I do want to replace this chain, plus it's a little loose. I'd like to replace the chain, go back to a nice gold DID chain 108 link. To get the rear tire off, obviously I have to break that free. I tried using the 27.5-inch ratchet, but I keep picking it up off the stand, and well, I don't want the bike to fall. So I'm probably going to hook up the impact to it. That should work a bit better, just kind of shock it off. I'm going to pop off this master link. I originally thought this was a rivet style chain, but it wasn't. So we're just going to get a hammer, tap off the master link, take the chain off, and yeah. Alright, so with the chain off, you're now going to go ahead and try to shock this off with the air compressor. Hopefully that works. So, I'm literally out of breath. Getting this rear axle, that thing was stuck in there, something fierce. But a good trick is there are two spacers on each side. You want to make sure you don't lose those. And then you want to basically put it back on the axle exactly how it came off. So I did this spacer, goes on the right side, left side, little washer plate thing, and then the nut. This piece, the chain slack adjuster, obviously comes right out in case you want to clean it up or something. Obviously I'm going to take that off when I paint the swing arm, and it's perfectly okay to let this brake setup hang like this. Now the reason it's okay is because it's a steel braided brake line. It can handle the force. It's not going to break, it's not going to tear. Now this sets me up a lot better to go ahead and... So this sets me up a lot better to paint the swing arm and to paint that wheel as well. And I'm doing 2 new wheel bearings, so why not take the wheel off, considering I have to anyway. I have to get that bracket off the caliper, which I probably should have taken apart while it was on the bike, but you know what they say. Gonna take that wheel apart, get it ready for wheel bearings, and yeah, just waiting on parts to get delivered. Apologies for there being no light, but this one got these 2 bolts out of the bracket. Had to use the air gun because the impact wasn't enough. I just needed to get torqued. I should have done it before. Now we're dealing with this. I'm just gonna leave that off to the side. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. This is the rig we're working with. It's just an A-frame ladder with a bungee going from one half to the other. And then it's zip tied, so it's hanging in the air. Now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna grab some gloss black paint. We're gonna paint it up. Alright guys, if you have a look right here, this is the old bearing off of the neck right here. This is the old dust shield, and as you can tell, I've been going at it with a pair of pliers, just kind of ripping it away, and now I have a little gap where I can get this chisel in. And with this chisel, I'm going to use a hammer, and I'm going to slowly push that old bearing off, so when the new neck bearing comes in, I can fully reassemble the front end. Now, I did manage to get the bearing off. However, I mean, that's the old dust shield, so that doesn't matter. I did manage to nick it a good few times. I went over it with a file and sandpaper, so we got the bearing off. Not sure if this is usable, if I'm going to have to buy a new one, but... Alright, so with this piece off, I kind of just sanded that down very lightly and filed it to get those little grooves out, just so it's a bit smoother. Obviously the bearing is still good, it's not just going to fall off. I didn't really take off any real material. And you want to keep this old bearing if you're doing this yourself, just so you can go ahead and put it on upside down and then tap the new bearing on. It's basically a little bearing press. So perfectly enough, let me make sure my address isn't on there. So the All Balls rear wheel bearings actually just got delivered by FedEx. These weren't supposed to come for another 2 days. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm probably going to throw these in tonight. I'm going to paint the wheel right now. I got to grab some more paint. But I want to throw these in because I already have the wheel off. It'd be super sick to get the wheel back on tonight, which would hopefully be the goal. So the trick for getting this out was just to hammer it down. Now we're going to pop that rotor off. I put notebook paper just so I don't get it on the tires, and I'm just going to tape in between the seams, then start painting. Alright, so I'm using the Krylon Fusion all-in-one paint and primer gloss black. So, I got the first coat on the other side done. Sorry it's a bit grainy, it's, you know, dark out. We're literally working in like really sketchy conditions here, but first coat is on, sitting good. I might end up having to let this wheel sit overnight, I'm not sure. I'd like to get it done tonight, but I guess we'll see. For the time being, I'm going to go into the garage and I'm going to see if I can clean up the swing arm. Alright guys, so I moved this heater inside, and the reason I did that was so I could get this stuff warm. I cleaned up the rear swing arm, and I just threw down my first coat of paint, which I'm not sure if it's sitting too well actually, so that might have to get redone tomorrow. Who knows? I'll keep painting it and see how it goes. Alright guys, it is the next day. Just got up and got ready. Checking out how the paint came out on the wheels. I'm gonna bust out the flashlight because it's a little dark in here. As you guys can see, it came out super good. It's not incredibly glossy, but it's certainly glossy enough. There are a few little speckles that didn't come out perfect on the back wheel, and a few little areas that didn't come out perfect on the front wheel, right there being one of them. But overall, they came out pretty good. Now, it recommends about 48 hours to fully dry, so I'm gonna wait a couple days before I put the wheel bearings in. And the swing arm actually seems like the swing arm came out pretty alright. For honestly pretty poor prep, it seems like it's not too bad. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna end this video here. So in this video, we were able to paint the wheels. We put some underglow on the bobber, which came out awesome. We did a whole bunch of weird random things. He painted the swing arms, so just some more work into the project bikes, another day in the life essentially. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to drop a like. Make sure you comment down below what you liked about it or what you want to see next, or comment whatever you want. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you want to stay updated on all my newest and latest videos. But just like that guys, this video is over. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.